In our country, we say that when you educate a woman, you educate the nation. When you invest in a woman, you invest in the nation through the family.
So at the moment, just in 2 countries, we're almost at 4 million. Yeah, and that is continuously growing. So the key is that it continues to grow.
Microinsurance serves as the financial security and safety and provides peace of minds.
I have nothing more to say because, you know, I have, he's my twin brother in UK. And Dr. Nelson is my twin brother in Kenya. We have separate mothers and separate fathers.
And I can see the resemblance. I mean, if not physically, certainly in values, in your shared passion, your vision, and your mission.
Bayanihan originated from an old rural custom where communities would come together and literally to live and carry a traditional house called the Bahay Kubo when a family decides to move. Microinsurance embodies the spirit of Bayanihan, just as communities come together to help one another in times of hardship. Microinsurance reflects the principle of shared responsibility and mutual support.
Good day, everyone. I am Dr. Aris Alip. Welcome to Kanayon, Usapang Buhay at Kabuhayan. For today's episode, we will explore how collective action can transform lives. We will uncover the mission and the impact of International Cooperative and Mutual Insurance Federation, or ICMIF, and its foundation in protecting the vulnerable communities worldwide.
And I am Robbie Alampay of Puma Podcast. We will dive into how initiatives like mutual microinsurance, financial education, and community development are helping low-income households prepare for and recover from economic, health, social, and climate-related challenges.
We're joined by 3 incredible guests. Our first guest is none other than the President and CEO of International Cooperative and Mutual Insurance Federation, or ICMIF Foundation, Mr. Sabbir Patel. He has over 20 years' experience supporting mutual and cooperative insurers in providing affordable insurance to low-income populations.
Our second guest is Jocelyn Dequito, the CEO of the CARD Mutual Benefit Association, or CARD MBA, the insurance arm of the CARD MRI. Under her leadership, CARD MBA has become one of the largest microinsurance providers in the Philippines, bringing affordable insurance and social protection to millions of low-income individuals and marginalized communities. We're also lucky to have another guest who is a veteran of Kenya's insurance industry with more than 46 years' experience, Dr. Nelson Kuria. With decades of leadership experience in the insurance and financial services sector, he has played a pivotal role in shaping inclusive insurance and cooperative financial models across Africa. Currently, he serves as the chairman of CIC Insurance Group. Join us as we sit down with leaders and pioneers who are proving that when communities unite, resilience and sustainable change follow. Let's start with the CEO of ICMIF Foundation, Sabbir Patel. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's just start from the beginning. Take us to the beginnings, the inspiration for ICMIF and the foundation for that matter, and what makes it different from traditional insurance?
Sure. So I think to understand the roots of ICMIF, you have to look at the roots of the ICMIF members. And when you look at some of the world's largest mutual insurance companies today, they started off many decades ago as small groups of people, communities coming together to address a need, which a risk protection need. And subsequently, the principles of solidarity, mutuality, self-help are resonating across all of our members. And that led to the creation of ICMIF, where mutual insurers came together to work with each other, help each other in 1922. So a few mutual insurers came together to address their reinsurance needs, and subsequently that grew into a membership network of over 200 members in 60 countries.
But mission-wise, values-wise, what makes it different from traditional insurance organizations?
So it's community-driven, it's purpose-driven, and the mission is there to address the needs of the communities. And that's where we differentiate in terms of our purpose, as opposed to commercial insurance companies and other types of financial services.
Joy, you are the CEO of the CARD MBA. Why did you and when did you participate in the ICMIF? When did you become a member, and why did you become a member of ICMIF?
I think we became a member in 2005. We are highly motivated to join the ICMIF because of its core principles of cooperations, solidarity, and mutual protections, aligned with the CARD MBA's mission to empower the welfare to promote the welfare of the marginalized women and low-income families. We saw that ICMIF is the global platform to learn international microinsurance practices.
Yeah. Nelson, your career in this field spans 4 decades here. Again, I want to go back. What inspired you to start this in Kenya?
Well, the history of cooperatives in Kenya goes way back to the colonial times. For Africans to join cooperatives, it was part of the independence struggle. And going back to the situation of the Africans, they were actually relegated to a situation of poverty because they were also excluded from the mainstream of economic activity. And therefore, for those of us who are baby boomers, we found ourselves as part of that process that lived with that kind of exclusion. But when my parents in the early 1960s joined an agricultural cooperative, I got to feel how empowering cooperatives are. I could see how every month, however little it was that they earned after taking a gallon of milk to the cooperative society, after taking a few kilograms of pyrethrum to the cooperative society, but that enabled them to have a monthly income, however small. But that consistency was able to enable them to take me to school. And irrespective of the poverty that was there, I was empowered all the way up to university and helped my family break out of the vicious cycle of poverty. So having tasted that, I became so much inspired by this model that transformed me from poverty to even be able to reach the highest levels of education. And it is from that that I became completely baptized into the religion of cooperatives. And it became part of my DNA to the extent that I normally tell people I breathe and dream cooperatives. Because for me, it is purpose. For me, it is what empowers, and for me, it is what gives people dignity.
Let's talk about the gospel of cooperatives. There, you talked about growing up, feeling excluded, and just the empowerment and the energy you feel being included, and for that matter, having access. What is the first fundamental shared value across humanity, not just nations, that allows people to realize that, no, we can give access without asking for collateral. We can we can provide a more inclusive model. What is that initial insight that has allowed cooperatives and this thinking to take root in all of our societies?
So I think from my perspective, communities build resilience with each other. So it comes out of a necessity that there is nobody to help them, so they help each other. And I think that is the core of a cooperative, that whether you call it a cooperative or not, the communities are there and they look after each other. And that's the basic foundation which we try and build on and develop further and scale up. So I think that's the reason why cooperatives exist, because there is unmet needs. And I think that's the fundamental principle of why, as Nelson gave his story, so many people benefit from these solidarity of communities that exist in around the world.
You know, I'd like to pick up from what Brother Nelson, I call him my brother. Actually, he inspired me when I went to Kenya, when we were both very young and very handsome at that time. But anyway, you know, the beauty of a cooperative or the mutual is that it is transformational. Because like in the field of microinsurance, if it's a mutual benefit association, a cooperative insurance, no? It's transformational because the members own it. As you've said, Sabbir and Nelson, it's really bringing the community to work together. So they decide on their own. And when you talk about microinsurance, they do the policy, including the benefit, because it's theirs. Unlike other commercial insurance, of course, they're also our friends, no? But the commercial insurance, whether we like it or not, it's more transactional. So in this transformational, you bring in more empowerment to the community.
That's right.
Especially what Joy has mentioned, because this is women power. 100%. Maybe I am exaggerating, no? But most of your members are all women, including the board of directors coming from the client. And that is what empowerment is all about. This is the beauty.
Is that deliberate, or was that just something organically that you
No,
noticed?
it's really deliberate. Because if it's not deliberate, you know, you'll just be like a boat going anywhere, nowhere. No?
Is that a universal insight as well? That you know, that the membership of women and the participation of women are key to this?
Absolutely. I think the long-term view that certainly mothers have, that they want to provide security for their children. Insurance resonates in a sense that it's not only protecting themselves, it's protecting their children. As Nelson said, he was able to go to school as a result of the community solidarity that was there. So I think this is where certainly what I understand is that the women around the world, what we've seen in these schemes, the concept of mutual insurance resonates much more strongly than with men.
Joy, I mean, what is the particular strength that your women entrepreneurs and your women members bring that testify to the strength and values of women all over the world?
Yeah.
What makes my mother so special?
When they become a member of CARD, from an ordinary mother, housewife, they become a member, and then they become a resilient and empowered women leaders in the community and in CARD MBA as well. So they become the leader of the association. So they have the opportunity to become the board members and directly participate and manage the association.
The women, as Joy has been saying, in microfinance, the moment they get a loan and they are able to generate income, that income, the first priority of the women will always be for the family. Food for the children, education for the children, clothing for the children, housing amenities for the family. And that is what development is all about. I don't know, Nelson, in your part of the world, and also with you, Sabbir, you know, here in Asia, because the men here are very sociable. When we get higher income, we show to the community that we're better off now. So we have these vices, we drink a lot. When you help the women, when you educate them, you bring education to the children. For the men,
That's
Yeah,
right. In fact, in our country, we say that when you educate a woman, you educate the nation. When you invest in a woman, you invest in the nation through the family. And this is like a natural phenomenon because in Kenya, for instance, most of the groups are women based. So men like Dr. Alip has said, men are sociable, but women are more communal. In community, there is solidarity that grows into stewardship of resources. And the little they have, they are able to accumulate it. And also their priorities are better than the priorities of men. And if you want to actually even scale up, even for education programs and awareness, women are more receptive. And they are also able to influence their men. So if you want to influence men, you also influence the men through their wives.
I know what you mean.
we all know what
Robbie, you know, but I want to ask the question with
Sabbir.
Sabbir because you know you're here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
The first project of ICMIF Foundation, Joy already mentioned this, the 555. What is this 555 and how did you choose this country?
Well, I can say that when I met Dr. Alip, I was not really a microinsurance practitioner. Our work was more of a network, and we were more of a communication area for mutual microinsurance. So when Dr. Alip came along, he said, get down on the ground and start helping people on the ground directly. So this is where, with the proof of what has been done in the Philippines, the idea was to replicate the success that was being done in the Philippines in other countries, starting with the Philippines, because ultimately people will only buy into success if they see success. So with Dr. Alip leading the way and Philippines leading the way as our first country of choice, we were able to show a lot of great impact in terms of what mutual microinsurance could actually achieve on scale and be sustainable as well. So I think that was key to what we wanted to show other ICMIF members what they could achieve. And the 555 was quite an ambitious target, which was to reach 1 million households in 5 countries over 5 years. And with each household, we're looking at 5 individuals being covered. So 5 million individuals over 5 years in 5 countries. And we've been successful in the Philippines and we've been successful in India. And the next 2 countries we had the announcement today is Kenya and Malawi.
You mentioned 1 million members in the first 5 years. Now it's around what, 3 million? Or what's the
More than.
So at the moment, just in 2 countries, we're almost at 4 million. Yeah, and that is continuously growing. So the key is that it continues to grow, even if we are not supporting directly. We have built the foundations for it to continue to grow.
now you mention numbers in the millions. What does that mean for people at the forefront of movements, whether at the community level, national level, and now global? What does that say to you?
I think the critical aspect of this is impact. And that impact is manifested in the transformation of the people when they have peace of mind and the confidence to invest because they have security from insurance. And what happens is that it empowers them to be members and players in the mainstream of economic activity. So that way, we are able to deal with poverty alleviation from a sustainable approach. So at the end of the day, if you want to measure that, you must go beyond the simple statistics. And that is touching people's lives, that is transforming people's lives, and it is also, over and above all, giving them dignity.
I want to bring it back now down from huge numbers, and congratulations to your own personal experience down, not even to the community level, maybe even to the level of family, maybe even to the level of an individual. Do you have any favorite stories? Anything that you'd like to share about a person or a family's journey that was really, you talked about impact, really changed and impacted by microinsurance?
So many, so many. I think on a personal level, for me, I mean, you talked about the numbers, and for us, for me personally, it's very humbling to have the opportunity to help people. I think you can't, you know, you're very lucky to have that opportunity. I think I'm born in the UK, so obviously it's not microinsurance, but my family is from India. So the first microinsurance program I went to see was in Gujarat, which is my home state, and I went to the slums. And then after that, I visited my village. And then I realized that actually with the work that was being done in the slums was actually needed in my own village as well. So the communities that were there, the farmers, the cotton farmers, they were dealing with these type of risk. So now when you think about when you're helping these families, you're helping similar families that you belong to as well. So I think there is always that personal drive that you need to keep going, because the goal is so important to reach these families and give them a chance to escape this cycle of poverty which Nelson talks about.
Ikaw, Joy, is there a story that you find yourself telling and retelling over and over again?
I don't remember a specific family, but this is the experience that we had, that if a member or head of the family died, without the insurance, they will force to borrow money or sell their assets just to cover the financial losses. Or if the member died and he or she has a loan, so without the insurance, so yeah, it is a problem for them to repay that loan. So with the insurance, because of the financial benefits in case of death, medical subsidy, and loan redemption, so the deceased or the grieving family will easily recover.
I think I just want to say it's what Dr. Ali focuses on, the speed of claim, to see the people's surprise on their faces at the time of their most need. It's like, I don't know, I think...
Why surprise?
Because they suddenly, like, they feel so in despair at the loss that they've had. And it's like somebody's coming to rescue them and help them. The community comes together to help them. And it's in action. You actually see, because insurance is intangible, the proof is when the claim happens. And that's why always Dr. Alip is focusing on the speed of claim and helping these people at the time of need. And there is a surprise because they're feeling so low at that point. It just sort of really motivates them mentally, not only financially, but I think mentally, the solidarity of the community is really critical at that time for them.
Nelson, what stands out after?
Before I give my own example, I just wanted to ride on that aspect and re-emphasize the importance of that surprise is because the general populace are skeptical about insurance. In fact, in Kenya, we make fun and say that people are so suspicious of insurance. So when they see an insurance salesman or saleswoman,
They run away.
they say these people are just smooth talkers.
Yeah.
They are so smooth talkers that they can sell milk to a cow. So you fear them, you disappear when you see them. But for me, the biggest example that I have is in Kenya, how an insurer, a cooperative insurer like CIC differs from the commercial insurers that was 2007 December, and January 2008, there was political violence after disputed elections in Kenya. And what happened is that during the riots, a lot of small MSMEs were torched, they were burnt. And some leaders in the insurance industry were quick to issue a statement that those risks of political violence were not covered, and therefore they will not settle the claims arising from that. And I remember I took a different stand altogether because of the values of my company as a cooperative, as a mutual, that we are not just profit maximizers.
Yeah.
We are called upon to stand with our clients at the hour of need. But I said we will pay those claims in full. And we commissioned the loss adjusters. So whatever level of adjustment was done, we paid those claims in full. And we paid claims of over 100 million shillings. And you know what happened after that? People were motivated. They were inspired. In fact, from then on, our business was doubling premium in every 2 years because walk-in customers, they were coming in big numbers and they were saying, this is the place to go. These are the people who truly keep their word, which is our slogan, our motto. They pay claims.
So they feel the access on the one hand.
Precisely.
That's surprising in itself. And they feel also the ownership,
yeah.
and the safety net being there and actually working.
It's their money.
Precisely.
So if they can't have their money when they need it,
Yes.
what's the point of us being there? And this is the same even with the bigger mutuals.
Yeah.
Even through the pandemic, the reaction to the pandemic was globally with all of even our bigger mutuals to respond to the communities and what they needed and the coverage. Forget the fine print. What do you need and how can we help you?
Robbie, you remember Typhoon Haiyan? It's the strongest. In fact, it's a super typhoon. No? It hit one of our
Tacloban.
islands, Leyte, the whole of the Tacloban, Leyte. No? And it was really devastating because you have tsunami over there. No? You know, CARD MBA was the first responder. No lights because electricity were cut off. And right after that incident, together also with our partner CPMI, no? But CARD MBA was there, responding right away. Pitch tent, and we started paying. Joy, you remember that? You started paying. That's in 2013. And after that, we have about more than 600 debts from our membership. And we have to write off. We paid around 300 million pesos right away. And after that, the members knew that, you know, this is a very serious mutual MBA. As Nelson said, when they see the fruit of the pudding, then right away we have so many policies that were, you know, because they saw that when you are needed, you come. The trust is there. That's why this trust is very important. It's a very important factor.
It is.
Robbie, this is really a very exciting dialogue with these very passionate people. We're running out of time.
As always.
Maybe we should ask them to come back here again.
Yes,
maybe we should go to Kenya and UK. So there's one question I want to, before we end, I just want to ask one question with my very good friend Sabbir. Sabbir, you are very, very committed in ICMIF, and now you are the president of the ICMIF Foundation. For the past many years, I started to become the chair.
Yes.
And your commitment and passion is really very, we can feel it. So what is the future of ICMIF Foundation? What is your vision?
The vision is we should be there where we're needed. I think ultimately our vision is to not only go for the 555, but move that beyond into double-digit figures. I think what you've always said, my vision is your vision. We want to change not only what mutuals do, but what anyone does in the space of microinsurance, because this is where the protection gap can be closed. Ultimately, this is the way forward. What we've done, what Dr. Alip has done in the Philippines, we can do in other jurisdictions, in other countries, like we're trying to do now in Kenya and in Malawi. And the foundation, it's had quite a challenging first 10 years, but I believe thanks to Dr. Nelson, Dr. Alip and others, we have the right strategy going forward now, which is to scale and reach people in a very efficient manner with tools that they need to help each other.
I have nothing more to say because, I have, he's my twin brother in UK. And Dr. Nelson is my twin brother in Kenya. We have separate mothers and separate fathers.
And I can see the resemblance. So, I mean, if not physically, certainly in values, in your shared passion, your vision, and your mission, including with your sister here, Joy. And as always, Dr. Alip, it's been a privilege sitting in here with you and learning so much from your movement. Thank you so much. Sabbir, Nelson, Joy, Dr. Alip, as always. Thank you very much.
I had a minute to conclude something. I just wanted to acknowledge, the tremendous role that has been played by CARD MBA, CARD MRI, and through the very purposeful and passionate leadership of Dr. Alip. Because I want to tell you without fear of contradiction that when we come to learn from CARD and when we come even to Philippines is because they are the best in class.
I will let Nelson have that final word on this special episode of Kanayon. Many, many thanks to you, and many, many thanks to all of you for joining us here in Kanayon. The work of ICMIF and its foundation proves that when communities come together, they can face challenges and uplift countless lives worldwide.
We hope this episode inspires you to recognize the power of cooperation in advancing sustainable development. Don't forget to subscribe to our official YouTube and Spotify channels under Bente Productions to stay connected. See you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us today. Let's continue to champion solutions that protect and uplift vulnerable communities. If you have a business, a family, or simply are dreaming for the future, we invite you to be part of our upcoming conversations. Once again, I'm Robbie Alampay of Puma Podcast, and this has been Kanayon, Usapang Buhay at Kabuhayan.